Hello, this is the Boogeyman Ritual. Now, you can laugh all you want about this. My job is to help you get through this alive. No more, no less. Anywho, if you're dumb enough to try this out, then I'm not gonna stop you. I'll admit, the reward is pretty sweet, but I wouldn't recommend it due to the risk involved. So, should you get this right, you'll have unbelievably good luck and fortune upon you for 6 whole months, and a single wish. Should you fail, then you'll be dragged into the darkness from your bed, likely to never be seen again. So if you want to try it, go ahead. Now then, usually I would read the steps involved with this, but I want to give some pointers first. This won't really affect the ritual, from what I understand, but it should at the very least make it easier on you. So, first things first, get a clock. And I don't mean an alarm clock, I mean a normal, old fashioned, honest to goodness, will drive you up the fucking wall with its ticking kind of clock. This way, you'll be able to keep track of time easier, because at some point of the ritual, you will have, well, at some point of the ritual, you will need to stay covered for a certain amount of time, and this will likely make the transition easier if you can actually hear the seconds tick by as opposed to going 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. It's not accurate, but a clock is, and thus will be handy. 2. Get a blanket several times bigger than your bed. Normally I would say get a sleeping bag, but the ritual states that you need to A, be covered, and B, you gotta be covered by a blanket. This is likely due to the fact that as a kid, blankets were said to protect you from the boogeyman and all things scary that hides in the darkness of your closet and under your bed. Clearly, it has some weight, so a blanket is much preferred. Now, I say something bigger than your bed simply because of the fact that you need to be completely covered for this to work. Sure, you can get maybe a slightly bigger one, but if you don't want to run the risk of your leg popping out, then a slightly bigger one would be your best bet. And finally, do this about 2-3 weeks in advance. Now, I know you want to get this over with as soon as possible, but it also states that you need to do your normal bed routine before you begin the ritual. That way, it looks like you're about to go to bed, but you don't actually sleep yet. And getting new things will likely throw that off. So I recommend waiting just long enough to where you're used to everything. That way it can be considered as part of your normal sleep schedule. And now for the ritual. This needs to be done after 12 a.m. I would recommend 12:01 or 12:30 to be on the safe side. This is when the boogeyman is most active. Gather 3 candles and carve a letter B into them. This will let the boogeyman know it's him you're calling out to. After that, get into your sleep attire and do everything you usually do before bed. Just don't go to sleep. Once you light the afterwards, light all the candles and turn off all other light sources. Once done, turn on the candles. Once done, light the candles, but turn off all other light sources, meaning turn off your phones, game consoles. If you have a laptop that has that annoying blinking light on the side, you're probably better off putting it in a box or something or sending it outdoors, at least for the time being. Once you all have a Once you have all that done, go lay face up in your bed with your blanket at your feet so it can quickly be pulled over yourself and say the following: Boogeyman, creator of fear, I am not afraid. Boogeyman, King of Darkness, bring me the dark. Boogeyman, Boogeyman, I invite you in. Now quickly pull the blanket over you. It must cover every inch of your body. Your blanket is your protection. Now then, once you're covered, do not move. No matter how scared you get or how much noise you hear, don't move. At this point, the boogeyman is in your closet, peering out at you from the crack that you made in the wall. At this point, the boogeyman is in your closet, peering out at you. He's trying to scare you by making noises. Don't leave the blankets. He will fuck you up. After 15 to 30 minutes have passed, depending on how still you are anyway, the noises will stop and you will feel a large presence next to your bed. Do not come from under your blankets to look. Stay under the blanket. He will fuck you up. Say the following. Boogeyman, Boogeyman, welcome to my home. I am not afraid. I welcome you here. You now have the boogeyman's attention. Tell him your wish kindly. Don't be a brat about it. Now, while you're still under the blankets, because remember, if you poke your head out or anything like that, he will fuck you up. It's time to send the boogeyman on his way. Softly say to him, Boogeyman, Boogeyman, Mother is coming. Now, this is why I mentioned getting a clock. You have to stay underneath your blankets for 30 seconds after saying this. Once the 30 seconds are up, you are able to remove the blanket and you'll be safe. So, once that's done, enjoy your rewards and have a good night. Now then, if you, for whatever reason, freak the fuck out, then you need to scream, Mother, 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 I am afraid. This will make the boogeyman think that someone is on their way to you, and he will leave. But if at any time you become uncovered, or your foot or something sticks out, the boogeyman will grab you, and he will drag you into the closet kicking and screaming. You'll likely be tortured for the rest of eternity and never be seen again. So, have fun with that. Good night, and good luck.